Hello, and welcome to Playing for Second, the board game podcast where if you aren't first, you aren't Tim. This is episode 33, recorded September 30th, 2025. In today's episode, we'll provide our monthly wrap-up for September. Then, we'll chat about some of the games we've been playing since our last episode. And finally, we'll discuss some upcoming gaming plans. Let's get started. Welcome to the show, and thanks for joining us. I'm Josh. Joining me, as always, is Brian.
Hello!
And Tim.
Hey, folks.
Well, it's been another slow month for me and Tim, but we are living vicariously through Brian. So, Brian, tell us about all the fun you've been having without us in September.
Absolutely. I gotta tell you guys, the formula to playing more games is to have no one who loves you and a job that's very easy. So, it's working out, if we're being honest. So... yeah, I had a pretty good September here. I had a total of 50 games of 50 plays of 26 different games for 60 hours, and 27 of those were solo, and that was 35 hours because these two guys abandoned me for their families and real lives.
Dude, we got together every weekend. I'm looking at the calendar.
That's true. I think the problem is we played a game.
Yeah, that's the thing is we just played some long titles there. Yeah. All right, sorry. You got 72 hours of game playing in a month. Oh my goodness, end of the world.
Only 60, calm down. My most played, all of which were solo, were 10 plays for 14 hours of Space Empires 4X. I'm going to talk about this one a little bit later, and I did put out both an unboxing as well as a playthrough of that one. It's also the wonder for the month, just because it had been a while since I played it. I knew the expansion's been almost here for 5 years. So I just kept telling myself, well, once I get the expansion, I'm going to relearn everything, get it all on the table and play the stuff. And I did, but it was, it had been years since I had played that game. So it was my wonder this month, just because, it's really fun. I like it a lot. I don't know if that came through on the playthrough, because I realized towards the end that I was pushing Hexplorit levels of time in terms of how long it was taking me, and it should not have taken me that long. So I think I even said to the end, if you made it this far, thanks.
Now, why is that?
It's been so long since I played against the bots.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know when to flip the switch from turtling and gathering resources to attacking, and I waited too long. The game was very easy. I had a lot of lucky card draws. I did some things that you probably you weren't supposed to play with some of the stuff I did. It just makes the game easier, but I wanted to, and I didn't really care, so I just played.
Yeah, you got checked in the comments for having.
Yeah, someone checked me in the comments. Nicely, basically saying, "Hey, way to have the training wheels on, idiot," is pretty much what I got out of it. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's fun. I enjoyed it. So. No blunder this month, and there were some contenders. I mean, we played Nemesis again. I played Terraforming Mars again, but I can't just put them as blunders every month. So there really wasn't a game that I absolutely hated to the point of putting on a blunder. So I just didn't put one. And then I feel like September went by really quick, because I was thinking to myself, well, yeah, you picked up some games this month and you sold some games this month, but I didn't do either of those things.
Jeez. Okay.
So I spent money elsewhere, bought a whole bunch of jigsaw puzzles. That's exciting.
Oh my gosh, you still have puzzles you haven't put together from years ago.
Yeah, and I'm about to have 15 more, so calm down.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
They're pretty cool, though. So, yeah, no games in, no games out, but hundreds of dollars of puzzles in.
Let me tell you something, though.
Oh, boy,
I'd watch you put together a puzzle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No?
Yeah. No, I'd watch you put together a puzzle,
God, you've changed. I even bought a puzzle board. It's sitting to my left. I'm very excited. Again, work's very easy. So I can just rotate 180 degrees from work and put a puzzle
This
together.
YouTube channel is about to flip a switch real fast to puzzle it.
I mean, I do have 3 or 4 videos already ready to go that are releasing in the future, scheduled out.
I think it's time to make a puzzle video.
I was going to say gaming, puzzling, and books.
You
got
time.
it all going on.
I'm going to do puzzles in real time.
I know you've got some of those Renegade game puzzles. Put one of those together.
Yep.
I do. I'm actually waiting for but the little table is set up right next to me, and I'm waiting for one of these 15 games to arrive. So anyway, that was my September, buying puzzles and playing games by myself. How about you, Tim? How was your September?
Yay, I think Josh has already spilled the beans. So I had 15 total plays of 12 different games. I just wanted to do a real quick check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those were just in the last couple days. So about half. About half in the last couple days. So 15, 12 different games, 24 hours, 0 solo. So this was another one of those months. I think I got a little bit of solo gaming out last month with the Nemesis Retaliation, and just didn't get a chance to swing back to that. So most played was Nemesis Retaliation with 2 plays for 6 hours. Wonder for me, the Plum Island Horror, and again I think we'll be talking about that here in a bit. I really liked that play the 3 of us had. Blunder, one of the games I played, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it here in a bit, was it went to CapCon, which was a capstone, small capstone convention in Cincinnati this past weekend, but played a card shedding game called Vampire Queen. It wasn't the worst of the worst, but it was in my opinion, based on the play that we had, it was a lesser version of oh my goodness, I'm totally drawing a blank. What was the
Scout?
What was the Scout? Yep. I was going to say the Shedder that we just played a couple years ago. Yep. Yeah, lesser version of Scout. Games in, I've actually had a few. Some of those again were just from this past weekend being down in Cincy. I picked up a couple things, and then the other one was mostly a Kickstarter delivery, and that was Mythic Battles Isfet. So that's the Egyptian pantheon version of that. Also with that pledge, I ended up having the Kraken expansion it's a large box expansion for Ragnarok. So the next time we get together and want to get in a game of that, hey,
hard pass.
Brian's ready to go. I was looking at him.
Brian's confused. You said Kraken is an expansion for Ragnarok?
It is.
You didn't go all in on Ragnarok?
Well, no. This is new. This was a new expansion for Ragnarok, and then also they had a couple smaller box expansions for the Pantheon version, and I snagged those as well. That was the one I think we've talked about previously. It has Charon in it and a couple other gods. So
okay, I just assumed through all of your all-in backing of the 3 campaigns, you would have had everything. That's why I was a little confused. They came out with stuff that was outside the campaigns.
Well, no, and these came out during the Isfet campaign, so they were new. They were new expansions for the other titles, but during this campaign. So it was one of those.
They came with Isfet.
New. They didn't come with Isfet. It didn't. It arrived with Isfet.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Tim.
Oh my God, Tim!
That's the same verb, man.
That's why I was so confused.
Separately.
I thought you bought those at CapCon. I'm like, why did you need those?
No,
you went all in on everything. Okay, we are on the same page, Tim. Page 3.
No,
you guys aren't even in the same book, I don't think.
No, we're not.
So just to recap, so Isfet, the expansions all came together. That was the Kickstarter. Now I had 3 additional games I picked up at CapCon. Sorry for the side quest there. Frostpunk, which Brian has been telling me for a while, or had been hinting that I might be interested in that. So
I mentioned it twice, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I said.
Okay.
Said what I said.
Okay.
Same thing as these enemy action games. So in 6 months, I expect you to be purchasing your copy of Frostpunk.
No.
So
I did
far,
something else dumb along the same lines. Sorry.
Oh boy. I've watched a couple videos on it. I had looked up a little bit about it before. I knew enough about it to go, okay, if I ever come across a decent deal on this, I'm probably going to lean into it. And lean into it, I did. So ended up getting everything that they had, which was the base, a couple more like resource type expansions, stuff that Brian, you definitely wouldn't buy. Josh, you definitely wouldn't buy. It's like the extra goodie type stuff.
That's got like this War of Mine vibes, right?
Yeah. It says this War of Mine heavy in heavy on the like the I'll say more the weather survival side of things, but yeah, so super interested. Let's see where that one goes. And the other one was a game I've had my eye on for a long time. Brian, you had this one. I played one game. I think you played another game, a follow-up game with a couple other people. I wasn't involved in that one, and based on that, you like flushed everything out of your collection like within. Why are you shaking your head? I thought you got out of it. You were like running away.
I ran away because after that first game. By the way, did you want to mention the name of the game?
Oh, sorry, I didn't say it's Obsession. Obsession, and then I snagged a couple expansions that they had, and then promptly came home and bought everything else that I didn't get. In Cincinnati. So
after our first play of that, everyone's reaction was that was fine. Now, granted, I think we went through a bottle and a half of Tito's vodka that night. So afterwards, we had to make coffee because people were driving home.
Yes.
And we had to wait it out a few hours there to be safe. But again, the overall
I remember those hours.
Yeah. It was like 1 a.m. and you're like, hey, man, you want to make some coffee? I'm like, yeah, I think I do. Those plays, everyone I really liked it, and everyone else just seemed to be, pretty lukewarm on it. And then the second play, which of course didn't remember how to play it because the first play was a little Tito's heavy.
What?
I don't know why I'm saying Tito's so weird, but Tito's.
Tito's.
Anyway, the second play, we did not have the Tito's. And again, the impression seemed to be it's fine. It didn't seem like it was one that was going to hit the table. I didn't think I would solo it much, if at all. So yeah, at the time, I think it was going for a decent amount of money. So I got rid of it.
Yeah, no, and I played that first one. I didn't play the second one. I can't remember who you ended up playing that one with. I liked it. I liked the game. I kind of like the theme around it, and then also I actually grabbed that one probably more for Kelly because she really, like in the last couple months, really got into the Gilded Age, which is a 1830s base show, or I think it's later than that. Yeah, it's later than that. Now that I'm thinking about it, but kind of that Robert Baron time. It's not the same exact time frame, and it's not. I mean, I think Obsession is more in Great Britain, but it's kind of that similar vibe. So yeah, we'll see where that one goes.
I think she'll really like that one.
And that's based on what I remembered and based on the theme, I was like, this is probably a winner for her. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then the last one was another one that I called her about and FaceTimed because of her interest in the theme and then also the familiarity of the game. And that was Fate of the Fellowship. So the Lord of the Rings based game with some pandemic bones and vibes to it. So, have taken a look at that. I showed her that one. I told her what it was. She was like immediately nodding her head. She's like, yeah, how long is it? And I was like, it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. She's like, okay. Normally she doesn't like games that long. She's like, I'm willing to do that for what you're talking about. So yeah, we'll see how those go. Only one game out. I can't remember if I mentioned this last time we got together, but September was off to a roaring start because it was September 1st when I sold it, and unfortunately, nothing else since then. Had a couple quotes and a couple people reaching out. Decent shipping quotes. I mean, they weren't like $15, $20 or anything. I think they were like $9, $10, but then people just weren't getting back. So another one of those expressing interest and then getting ghosted. So yeah, that was my September. Josh, how about you?
Did you mention the game Hokkaido is the one you got rid of?
I don't know.
I don't know if you even said
probably
it.
Not.
Yeah.
Tim likes to preamble and then forget to actually come to the point.
Yeah.
Yay
for Rusty.
My month was about as bad as last month. 16 total plays, 13 different games. and that was 23 hours of gameplay, which is a little better, I guess, than last month. Officially 4 solo plays, even though we were soloing together.
I counted them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
My most played was the game we're soloing together, Kingdom Legacy, and then that was 4 plays. And then at 5 hours was Kingdom Legacy tied with Plum Island Horror.
How many plays of Plum Island Horror was that?
Just the one. Just the one. Yeah. Yeah, you'd think it'd be more, but no, it was just the one. We'll talk about that a little later. My wonder this month was Nemesis Retaliation. Getting back into Nemesis, I really enjoy that, and Retaliation did a pretty nice job of differentiating itself from the first couple titles, and you got to come with those grenades,
Nades, baby.
You got to bring the grenades. My blunder for the month was Up or Down, which I don't know if it was really a blunder. It was just not what I expected more out of it, I guess, after initially hearing about it. It was fine. I would play it again, but I'd want to play the short game. I don't know. We kind of talked about it, I think, last month. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Games in and games out. I had nothing. This has been like just tragic.
Well, for that part of it, like me, I feel like because you've been doing a lot of math trades, and you sold some stuff a few months ago. So, Do you have anything for sale on the geek market?
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably maybe
that
6 or 7 things.
I was assuming you didn't. I've got one left, and it's Daenerys Adventures, and I had someone ask me this week about shipping, even though in the posting I said, hey, this is a lot, and shipping's going to be a lot. So I'll give you a quote, but I prefer local pickup. So the guy asked me, and he gave me the zip code, and I'm like, I'm fairly confident that's left coast.
I was going to say, it's Oregon. Arizona?
It's
Oregon, even worse.
And it took 2 boxes, and the one box, my scale only goes up, like my shipping scale only goes up to like 35 pounds. It's well over that. So I think the one box is like 50 pounds. The other box is like 20 some pounds. And the shipping quote for both was $100 for, now granted, I think I have 200 on everything, and it's probably $600 worth of game, at least when I got it. But yeah, so I haven't heard from him. So that was probably a bit too much. It's like, yeah, man, you're across the country. What were you expecting? I'm going to shove this in a padded envelope and it's going to be $8? No, no, this works. So,
but Amazon would get it to him for free.
I'll sell it to Amazon. Does he have a number? I don't. So yeah, overall this month, you guys tried, and I had a pretty good month. So. One of the ones, it's him. I was very happy to hear that your wonder for the month was Plum Island Horror, because that was one I've had that one. Josh, you and I had played it before.
Yep. I almost made that my wonder. I did not, but I enjoyed that play for sure.
You chose poorly. The downfall of Plum Island Horror is its length. Our game was, I think, just shy of 5 hours, but a lot of that was. It had been a year since Josh and I had played it. Tim had never played it. So we did have to relearn some rules. We forgot some of the rules still. But overall, it's very similar to, it's basically just a tower defense, kind of like a States of Siege kind of thing, where there are, not zombies, horrors are coming down 6 different tracks. And you are trying to prevent them from overrunning certain areas on the map. And you're also attempting to stay alive, and you're attempting to make sure that the biohazard level, or kind of like the zombie level of too many people turning into zombies, doesn't go too high. So 3 or 4 ways to lose, 1 way to win one of those games, which it's fun. It's got little comedy things in there. A lot of the characters are named after or named similarly to characters from those types of movies, and different things like that. And there's some pretty funny events and searches and stuff. It's for now, granted, we played it wrong, but I think we all agreed at the end, which, by the way, we did record this, and there is going to be a play of this coming out in October. So enjoy that because it's just under 5 hours. So have a couple sits, make that a day watch. But I think we had fun with that one. But at the end of it, I think we all kind of thought the same thing. It was too long, which again, that could most certainly be streamlined a little bit, I think. And it was too easy, which some of the rules that we played, I think, made it easier than it should have been, but not by much, I don't think. How about you guys? I know, Tim, this was your wonder. So what were you thinking about this one?
And that's I was going to ask about the too easy. Was it anything that we did or potentially misplayed? I know there was a question. Okay, at the end, maybe some of the horrors should have advanced twice rather than. I think we were advancing them once. I can't remember exactly what that was, but even with that, I didn't think it was going to be, that much more difficult. That was
so what we missed there is during the night phase, they're supposed to move one extra spot. But okay. I think we kind of talked about it at the end of our play. If they run into something, they stop. And most of the time they were running into either civilians or one of our characters because we kind of had people pretty much in every lane so that they couldn't just go all the way to the border. And then the other thing was follow actions. You're not supposed to do special actions. And I know I did some. And at first, I feel like the first round I was pretty good with it, and I just completely forgot about it for the second and half.
Guy was foaming everywhere.
Yeah, my boy Venkman was foaming everywhere, and he wasn't supposed to.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's okay because he rolled so poorly. He didn't really do anything.
That's true.
The one time he actually added people to the board.
Yeah, sure did. So those were the things. Like I said, I think it might have made it a little bit harder, but it was pretty much very easy, and that might have just made it easy. So
what were was it the Wolf Pack or what was the football? Wolverines. There you go.
Yeah.
That made the game easy. Once they came out, they just totally cleared out the whole middle section of the board.
But also, once they came out, Fulton refused to do anything besides use the Wolverine.
Well, yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, that one, I
You're
really
just
enjoyed that.
Jealous. That's all. You're just jealous. You didn't get to use the Wolverines.
I mean, I could have. I chose to, play the game.
Out of jealousy and spite.
That's one that I think is going to stick around for me for a little bit anyway, because I've been playing something else here I'm going to mention later that might trump that one, but I think there's place for both of them on the shelf.
That was a game, while it was long, though, I didn't have any issues with the length. I was having we weren't, I wouldn't say we were slow playing, but we weren't speed playing either.
Right.
Like we
were having fun and enjoying being with each other.
Right, exactly.
Weird.
Yeah.
Until about 45 minutes left in the game, and Brian got really grumpy.
It was when I checked my watch and I realized
it was over 4 hours.
Yeah. That's what I started thinking. Like, okay, maybe we should move this along. And you just kept going, Wolverines every single time. So yeah, I got grumpy a little bit.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, that was a good one. I've been playing Dawn of the Zeds, which is designed by the same person. Very, very, very similar theme. And I want to play that with you guys to see your opinions on that one as well, because of those reasons, because it's very similar. And it should be much shorter. It should be about probably half the length, if not even a little bit less. So hopefully that's something we can get to here in October at some point. And then we can maybe do a comparison on our next podcast. But yeah, I think it was pretty fun. It was a good time.
And I think you've talked about this, and I think you have it pre-ordered. There's an expansion coming out for the...
I do not. I had it pre-ordered actually through Game Nerds, because when GMT announced it, Game Nerds put up a pre-order. And then I came to my senses, and I was like, this is going to be 4 years before this comes out. So I got my money back from the pre-order. I think I'm still going to get it when it comes out. We'll have to see. If it is 2 years from now and I haven't played Plum Island Horror again, I might not. But ultimately,
sure.
This is one that I do enjoy. I've not soloed it because there's a lot going on with this one, and you have to do at least 2 factions when you solo it. It's not a true solo. And I think that'd be an awful lot going on.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, crap, was that a follow action or was that my action? Action?
Right.
When you're doing stuff like that.
What if you just played your own faction plus the Wolverines? You think you could handle that?
No, I would.
No.
What I would need is a soundboard of you saying Wolverines in 20 different ways. Yeah, that's what I would need. And then I could probably handle it, but otherwise I'd just weep and cry because no one was yelling Wolverines every 5 seconds. So,
oh boy,
I got you.
Buddy. So that was Plum Island Horror. That was one of our weekends where that's all we played because it took so long. Between setting it up, explaining how it worked, getting the cameras, everything ready, and it taking about 5 hours. That's what we played that weekend. And then the following weekend, we got 2 games in, but really kind of a game and a half because the first one, Tim wanted to play some more Nemesis with one of the expansions. Tim, what expansion did we use?
Yeah, so we grabbed Retaliation again, and we included the Sangrivores. So this was this is the ancient vampiric predators led by a king. So it's a little bit of a twist based on from the base Intruder set, and also a couple other a couple of the rules differences and also setup differences. So new exploration deck, attack and event cards. So those 3 decks, and then there were 2 more decks. One of those was with regards to the noise being replaced with this thing called shadow markers. And then that had a deck that came along with it for the interaction with those markers. So if you move through those markers in the corridors, it's no longer noise, so it acts like something else. And then also there was another change was the contamination cards. They were different. They were replaced with a unique infection cards. So everyone was different in that the infection cards could be removed by the character and the player taking a specific action, which was often detrimental or just bad for one of the other characters. So things like if you go do X, Y, and Z, and you can take this infection card out of your hand and put it into another character's discard pile. Okay, at that point, if we're trying to play somewhat cooperatively, we're just passing around the bad stuff. So, and then the last thing was the tainted blood powers. So there's a deck of tainted blood cards that the characters start picking up when they start taking on more significant damage from the attacks. What was kind of neat with those is that that character actually gained an additional power, an additional action that they could take. So it was kind of a as you got weaker, you actually got stronger type thing. So yeah, that was the overall expansion. Things I liked, the shadow markers. I liked that twist on noise. Brian, I know that has always been one of the issues or concerns you've had with the game, is you just did not thematically like the whole noise situation. So when I saw that they had a twist on that, I was like, well, that's worth at least a look and a try. So figured we'd try that one out. Now, what did you think of the noise situation, or the replacing that with the shadow markers?
Yeah, my issue with the noise was always you can spend extra cards to move cautiously, and then you get to choose where you make noise. That's never thematically made sense to me. So with this one, you can do the same thing. And what was the result? You put one of the little blue things out, don't you?
No, with this, if you move cautiously, you didn't resolve the shadow markers that you walked through. So it was kind of like you actually moving cautiously.
Yeah, you still placed them in the other corridors, I think, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. You still did. Every time you move, if it's to a new to a discovered location, you just put shadow markers in every corridor other than the one you came through.
Right. So I mean, I guess for me, that's better. I don't know. It's thematically, it's a little hard to say because I'm not entirely sure what just the shadow means. You know what I mean? Like you're just walking through it. Whereas with noise, it makes sense that you would make noise when you're walking through. But if you are taking your time and game-wise spending an extra card to move cautiously, it always was just silly to me. That's like, all right, I'm going to choose to make noise down this hallway. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. You're moving cautiously. You shouldn't be making noise at all. So one of the several issues, maybe even many issues I have with Nemesis in general. So
it's hard to keep track.
Yeah. Yeah. I black out sometimes and just scream all the things I hate about it. But now this was Josh's wonder. So Josh, what'd you think of the Sangrivores?
I liked it. It felt very different, but also, similar gameplay. But I did like how the noise was very different. I liked how the actual intruders. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I liked that they were everywhere, but they weren't as aggressive as the first ones. So you actually had time to kind of plan, and I think we also just did a better job of playing this time. I think.
Well, we got pretty lucky too, because the first room we found was, I guess, spoilies, because this is also something that we're going to be releasing later in October as well. But was that the only A room we found? Because the first room we found was life support.
Yeah.
Tim, did you find more A's? I think we found
A and then straight to B, and then we looped back around to B eventually.
And had we gotten lucky enough, we really only needed 4 rooms to win the game.
Yeah.
And 2 of the 4 were the first 2 we found, but we didn't get lucky for those last 2.
But no, like legitimately the grenades were super helpful. I mean, the
grenades were your Wolverines in this.
That's true.
You bought all the grenades and you just started.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Every corridor.
Guy who always focuses on exactly one thing to do in a game.
No.
Yeah, you do.
How dare
you? Yeah.
How dare you?
But no, I picked off
nothing.
I picked off a ton of those little guys in corridors.
Yes, you did.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Did I leave you guys out to dry? Yeah.
It did. I was going to say it didn't leave me hanging at the end at all. No, not at all.
But yeah, you did. To be fair, you chucked some nades before jumping into the hibernatorium.
I did.
That helped me. Now, granted, I did that before you did that, but I could have just jumped in and kind of screwed you over, but I didn't.
We appreciate that.
Let the record show.
The record show.
The record shows now. It's official. It's on camera and everything.
So I really liked these vampire-ish type minis. Over the wash or the sun drop that they had on these, I kind of liked. I know, Brian, you had some concerns about how it looked on the back of the king or something like that. That it was kind of just splotched on.
Yeah, it was almost an 80% paint job as opposed to sun drop. Like the sun drop is just supposed to be a dry brush. And you could tell on these, I don't know if they use like the contrast or the speed paints, or if the small children they had doing it just, put too much on. But it was really more painted than it was sun drop, just painted one color basically. So it was just because when they first offered that sun drop, I think you had it on the first Nemesis or whatever.
Yeah.
And it looked good, but at the same time, it was kind of like, well, yeah, I could do that. Like, I'm not even that good of a painter, and I can do that because it's really just base coat, dry brush. And with this one, I feel like they maybe cut some corners, or I don't know what they did. But I mean, they still look nice. It looks better than gray, but it was just weird.
I mean, I'm assuming with how big these games are getting now and how popular they are, that the sheer volume of minis that they're trying to paint is just a lot. I mean,
I'm sure it's not
quality
actual
control suffers,
Yeah, it's probably not actual humans painting these things. They
might
just be dipping them, because if they use the contrast or the speed paints, they can just dip them in and let them hang there for a little bit and they might take care of it. But yeah, it's somewhere along the line. I think they just pushed it a little bit too quickly because there's just a little bit too much paint on them. So again, they still look fine though.
Yeah, this out of these 3 intruder races or whatever, this was probably my favorite of how they looked. The Prime Bloods, they were the green ones that we played with the first time. Those are probably my middle, but my least favorite is the one, I can't remember if I showed you guys those or not, but they're the Neo Flesh.
The gold ones?
Cult. Yeah, that are just like, they're just fully painted gold.
They're just gold.
I mean, there's like no shadow, no nothing. First of all, why gold?
Yeah, it made them look really more like robots. Like,
well, yeah,
like Tony Stark just decided to go gold instead of red type of deal.
Right, and I mean that's if you're gonna go gold, kind of like what you're saying, it needs to just be highlights. It can't be the whole, the whole mini. So yeah, that's a little disappointing. Might have to get some a wash or something to put on those, but. So yeah, those were two things I liked. The other thing is just the overall replayability boost. So having another alien faction just helps broaden the game's variety without changing a significant amount of rules. I mean, it did change it a few, and again, I kind of liked what they did. This was I got a chance to play this again at CapCon, and we used the Sangrivores, so got to kind of double down on that and. It was another game I really liked.
How many grenades did you use?
One.
Amateur.
So not all of them.
No, two. Weird. I used two because I ended up having the orange guy's engineer, I think, and he actually does stuff with grenades. I think I actually made I used a grenade to make another tunnel or another corridor where one wasn't. So,
that's cool.
So yeah.
More of an architect than an engineer, then just rebuilding the base.
Right, exactly.
Just saying. Cool. So yeah, that one also will release at some point in October. So hopefully people, because I know our last Nemesis video, I think a lot of people watched and enjoyed from the comments. So yeah, hopefully this one people enjoy as well.
And cool. Nemesis Retaliation.
Sangrivores.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about Space Empires 4X because I did play it 10 times this month and for 14 hours. I almost played that longer than you guys just played games in general.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right?
Almost. So this one, I don't know. Now, I forced you guys to play this one with me, I feel like last year. And I made the mistake of just doing the Doomsday Machines. So it was too easy, even easier than my playthrough that the guy razzed me about in the comments. But this one, I mixed in a little bit from all of the expansions. I just did the old bot, and I ran against 3 different alien players. I think it's technically the normal difficulty. It's 3 alien players, and then when you're rolling for them to see how much they do, they just get 5 CP that they kind of just bank up until they send a fleet out, which is kind of neat. So, but yeah, this one, I really enjoyed this one. The All Good Things expansion added scenarios, which were fun. So I played a couple games, and the one scenario was like half maintenance, which was cool. There was another scenario that made it so you paid less, I think, for technologies, but more for all of your ships. There are other scenarios that bring in the Doomsday Machines, even if you're not playing the Doomsday Machine.
How does that work?
You just put it in the bag, and if they happen to come up, it tells you what to do with them. So you just put them, or I guess not in the bag because I use a bag, but if you're just putting the tokens out, you would just mix one in and see if it comes out when you're going up against it. So that was pretty neat. Now, the one thing I want to try, I took this one, I removed it from my table and started playing other stuff because I needed to relearn a few things that we're planning on recording and that we did record. So, but I want to go back to this one sooner than like 4 years from now because there is there's a new bot that replaces the AI bot that I played. There's like a new one. The problem is the rules for that is like 18 pages long. Ooh. So I need to figure that out. And then I've still never played with the Replicators, which is one of the expansions. It's like another faction basically that works completely differently than the new faction. So yeah, there's still a lot for me to unpack with this game. So I was very excited to be able to get it out and play. But I didn't venture too far into the new stuff that I haven't played with before. So
you were saying 18 pages. Is that like 18 GMT pages?
Yep. Not a picture in the bunch. Yeah.
No, it's all text.
Yep. I mean, relatively good rule book. I had the only things I really had to look up were just kind of things that I missed that I didn't remember. Because it is a lot. It's another one like how you guys say you can't play Spirit Island with me just because of all the little, or without me just because of all the little things. This is that just on steroids. I mean, there's so many little things that, I mean, that's one of the reasons during the playthrough I didn't try Replicators. I didn't try the new bot because I knew I would mess some stuff up. And I think I probably still mess some stuff up with what I did. And I've played with that before, but I know, Tim, I think were a little lukewarm on this one when we played. Josh hated it with the passion of a dying star. But if this is one that either one of you would want to get back to the table anytime soon, now's the time while the rules are fresh in the old noggin. So just let me know. Because, I really like this one.
So I think you're pulling an obsession on me. I liked this game.
You'd like
Don't sell it.
I'm not going to sell it. Yeah, this was number 10 on my top 10 solo games. And yeah, it's gone up. I don't know how far it's gone up or what it's replacing, but it's definitely gone up. At least for now. Now I still have some Kickstarters that are going to be coming in. Looking at you, more Hexplore It and more Cloudspire, but but yeah, this one. Don't shake your head at me, Fulton. I know where you live. So yeah, that was
changed.
Empires 4X. I have changed. Yeah. You abandoned me, and now I have time to buy and hopefully put together 15 new puzzles.
Oh boy! No, I would like to play this
old puzzles.
Maybe I will. Shut up.
We don't need new puzzles. We have old puzzles at home.
Fulton can only play like once a month these days. So yeah, Tim, if it's just me and you one of these weekends, let's bust out some Space Empires and see if we can't get us a W. So
maybe we could figure out how to make it spooky. We can put it in the spooky videos of October.
I mean, it's space. It's terrifying.
I'll just like 3D print jack-o'-lanterns and they can be the Doomsday Machines. Boom! Spooky. I don't know. That should work. So, Tim, you mentioned that you've recently purchased and played half the games that you played this month. I think it was over this past weekend at CapCon. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, across basically 2 days. I don't think I played anything on the third day. We just like hung out and just kind of recovered on the Sunday. Friday and Saturday were significant days where Friday, I think we closed up around 1:32 a.m. It was something like that. And it was, we had a lot of people going, oh my goodness, this is the longest I've stayed up in a long time, or this is the latest I've stayed up in a long time. But no, we had a good time. Mythic Battles, ISFET. So I got a chance to take that. It was one of the hilarious thing. I went with two of those huge, oh my goodness, what's the
all
board
play
gaming tables or the all play bags? And I had 2 games in 2 of those big bags plus another small handbag, and it was Mythic Battles and Nemesis Retaliation, and it was ended up being able to play both of them. So Mythic Battles played I kind of almost like game mastered play between Clay from Capstone and Alex, who was our he did a lot of videography and camera work for Capstone back a few years ago. So yeah, got a chance to see him. Hadn't seen him in a couple years. So yeah, that was a fun situation. Intro to the system for both of them. They both seemed to like it quite a bit. So actually, the next day, Clay asked, and he and I ended up drafting some more armies and playing a full session. So had a good time there. Like I mentioned, we also got another 4-player Retaliation with the Sangravors play in. That one, and I don't know what's up with you guys, but people actually lived and didn't die, and the facility didn't blow up. And
I don't understand.
Yeah, I know.
You talked like that was our fault, but the people will see it was all your fault.
All I'm seeing are patterns. That's all I'm suggesting. I'm just looking at the data and looking at the patterns. And
I mean, if you weren't so selfishly trying to live, we would have survived.
Plus, both times I think you played the Pyromaniac. Wasn't that your character? Just fire everywhere.
Goodness.
No,
not at all. But yeah, no, we had 2 people who made it out. One who died. They did the occlusion procedure and ended up having too much infection. So, but yeah, ended up having one person who survived the whole thing. So that was kind of neat. Got a chance to play a new one for me. Denmead actually had this. We played Hermines. I know that I've seen that game everywhere. It's a small drafting / disc placement game. We were like 5 minutes into it, and I was like, yeah, all right. I see why people like this. I mean, there was enough there. It wasn't huge. It didn't overstay its welcome, but it was a pretty neat drafting and then placement puzzle.
Yeah, I saw this one. This one was everywhere for a while.
Mm-hmm. And still is.
I know it's on Board Game Arena, and my buddy Creed and I play on Board Game Arena pretty much every Thursday. So it's one that I kind of thought about a couple of weeks ago. We jumped into Splendor Duel and just figured it out, right? So I might say something to him about doing that with Harmonies, since you kind of thought it was okay, I guess. Did you like it?
I almost put that as a wonder. I mean, it was it was an unexpected I just expected another an also ran. It's like it's another game. It's a game. That's kind of what I expected. It ended up being. I was like, okay, that's cool. I see why it's getting the buzz that it has gotten for a while. Played another game of Arc Nova at in Cincy. Hold
How
up,
bad did you pull up the score?
This one up because
there was did you crush the opposition.
There was a tournament there, and someone from the tournament asked if we would play, and I was like, I figured we were going, kind of going up against a ringer type situation. We got about 45 minutes into it, and we started talking about that concept of, hey, this is kind of a race game. You're trying to get a couple things done as quickly and move your pieces as quickly as possible. And he mentioned he thought it was more of an efficiency puzzle, and I was like, let's talk in a few minutes. And that one I ended up winning. I had 15 points at the end. Negative 52 and negative 35 were the other scores. So I was like, and it kind of went the way those games have tended to go. I mean, you gotta crush that conservation track.
Yeah. But I have been telling you for I don't know how long that you need to go out to the World Series of board games, because I don't think it matters what game that you're thrown in front of. You're going to get it. You're going to figure it out.
I don't know about that.
And a lot of those games you've already figured out. So
if it's Arc Nova and Scythe, I'm feeling pretty confident.
Games.
Another one that we played, The Estates. This was one that Alex pulled out, and I was like, I've played that 34 times. The last time was the middle of 2019.
Nice.
So I haven't touched that in a long time. But that's another one where, let's see, I ended up. This one surprised me. I ended up winning that with negative 18 points.
Now, I don't know if I've played that one, and if I did, I know I didn't like it, because I am familiar with it. So
it's one of those. It's very, very player driven. Mm-hmm. So the end game conditions and the how things work, it's very player driven, and with that, it can get mean. And that's that's kind of how that one ended up going. I was being nice. And then everyone started extending all the streets, and then near the end there was one street that looked like it was going to score positive, and I figured out how to end the game without it being completed. Everyone ended up being negative. So yeah, it was a good time. Negative 18, negative 24, negative 25, and negative 63.
Nice.
That person loved the game. So
I bet you sold a copy right then and there.
Yeah. But no, that was over. And again, I didn't expect it. It kind of came out of nowhere. I was not looking good for that whole game. And then played two shorter games. Vampire Queen. I mentioned it previously. Just a card game, shedding game, and then the last one was Spicy, which was another card game that came out a couple years ago. It was fine. Nothing too amazing.
Was it cute?
But it was cute. It was
Okay.
it was a solid, cute game. Probably in that 4 or 5 range, maybe. But yeah, those were the big games from CapCon for me.
Cool. Sounds like a pretty good time.
Yeah.
And also Mythic Battles.
I'm sad I missed it.
Well, yeah, we opportunity.
We lamented your the lack of your presence several times. Really, I don't know if Brian's mentioned it, but you've changed a little bit. So,
oh man,
this job changes you, man. This job,
availability is tough. I get it.
Yeah, seriously.
Brian, what are you planning on doing for the next couple weeks here?
Well, as has been alluded to the past few podcasts, I am basically running the YouTube channel by myself now. So I decided
that's pretty true.
It's you even made that comment, so that surprisingly wasn't sarcasm. But no, so I'm going to say we've decided, but really it was my decision that we're going to go ahead and do what a lot of people do for October, and we're going to do a spooky month. We're going to play some spooky games. So as we've mentioned, Plum Island Horror, we recorded that. We recorded Nemesis. We recorded another episode of Here Lies, and we have plans to record others. So I'm currently learning Dawn of the Zeds. So that one is, there's 6 different levels. There's the basic game, where they just basically teach you the absolute basics of how they move, how you fight. That's it. You don't even have to worry about supplies or like infection rates. It's really just you worry about ammo and you fight and to see if you can win. And then when you go to level 1,
intro tutorial type stuff. Yeah, kind of training wheelsing.
Yep.
In. I gotcha.
Yeah. And so it has 5 books that come with the game. One of them teaches you the basic game. One of them is called the Level Up book, and it's the one that teaches all right, now you're going to go to level 1, so here's the new rules for level 1.
Okay.
You're going to level 2, so all those rules apply. Here's the new rules for level 2, which is working pretty well. Then there's just a comprehensive rule book. There's a dossier about some of the characters, little stories about them and stuff like that. So it's working pretty well. I think I played the basic game twice, maybe only once. Then I did level 1 and I've done level 2. So I think I might try level 3, but level 2 or level 3, I think is where I'm going to attempt to see if you guys want to play it. I think we're going to be at level 1 or level 2 or level 3. Level 2 is added in most of all of the tracks. You have to pay attention to supplies. You have to pay attention to the infection rate. It adds chaos markers and stuff like that. So it adds a good portion of the game. Other things that get added later are like research cards. I assume you're trying to research a cure or something like that. I'll probably try it, but I don't know if I'm going to go with that just because being the only person who knows the game, it'll be another case of, crap, I completely forgot about that. So Level 2 was kind of where I was thinking like, okay, if I play level 2 like a few more times, then maybe I can go to 3 once I have that down. But at the same time, I'm not looking to only play Dawn of the Zeds in October. So at some point, when the 3 of us get together, that one time this month, maybe we'll play some Dawn of the Zeds. The other one I want to get in, and this really isn't a spooky game, but we're going to make it spooky. Maybe, I don't know, we'll just put ghost sounds in the background. But Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. This is a game I got a few years ago. Josh and I played it a few times, and we remembered it being pretty easy. So we attempted to record it last week, but I didn't really remember it that well. And when I got all the stuff, I printed a 3D insert, and without even opening the expansions, to like play them or anything, I just opened them and put them all in the insert. So I had cards everywhere that were the same type of cards, so I didn't even know what they were. So I spent some time this week actually organizing that and trying to figure out what was going on. So this is a cooperative 4X that I really would like to record a play of, whether it's solo or with you guys, whatever. But I think we have some tentative plans for the 3 of us to play it. It also has a Kickstarter coming out at the time of recording / the time of posting, hopefully right around that time, within a week or so of when this posts, hopefully. So yeah, I'd like to play that one. And I almost set it up today Instead, I stared at my puzzle board and read. So it's a good day. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. There's other spooky games. I want to get some Final Girl in. I want to play Hexplore at Domain of Mirza Noctis, and then maybe like some Marvel Zombies or something, just to try to keep the theme going in October. And then Tim, you mentioned earlier War Games. I'm thinking November we have Veterans Day. I might try to get out Enemy Action Kharkov. So,
nice. Okay.
And if I kidnap you maybe for a day, maybe we can tag team a solo play of that. I don't want to play against you. I don't want to beat that guy in Ark Nova. So, nothing. I'm not playing that against you, but like we could tag team one of the solo factions.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I started watching videos on that before Space Empires came in, and then I started focusing on Space Empires.
Yeah. Let me know if you have any difficulty finding videos. I ended up finding one or two that were very helpful.
I found one that Butterfield, the designer, actually. Yeah. I think it was Mo's Gaming Table. I think he had. Yeah. Those were the videos I was watching, and it seemed relatively clear. I mean, pretty simple. I mean, obviously he mentioned some stuff that you just had to kind of get out of context because he'd do it, you know what I mean? Right. So
yeah, exactly.
It's like, you have the artillery blast here. It's like, wait, what? Where'd the artillery come from?
Who did what?
And then like a minute later, he explains, oh yeah, like if you're in this dotted line, you're in the artillery. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. That makes sense. That's closer to the Soviet side and stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to that one. But yeah, that is a lot of me talking. Tim, what are you looking forward to here in the next, I don't know, few weeks or month or whatever it is?
Which, by the way, that artillery zone is only relevant for the first couple turns. So it's one of those things. It's like,
and the other thing with it too is I was watching the two-player because I wasn't sure if you needed to learn that before you learned the solo.
You don't the 2-player. Right, I'm just going to let you know the 2-player is by far the easiest of the versions. Yeah, because you're not, I mean, the AI and being able to manage the overall bot that's running all the other stuff. That's where the complexity really comes in.
Okay.
But yeah, again, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time, working through that.
Yeah, I'm hoping
the 6 hours of round 1, I believe is what it was.
Oh boy.
But yeah, for me, I mean, I kind of mentioned the 4 things that I'm looking to lean into in the near future. It's been very difficult because I've kind of dipped my toes in 3 of the 4 already, and I kind of want to look at the 4th. So that's Mythic Battles Isfet. Again, planning on continuing to get a couple games here at home. We're likely with Jaden on that one because I know you guys love it so much.
We're so sorry, Jaden.
Yeah, tell Jaden thanks for falling on the sword for us.
This was another one. Clay was like, "Why don't they like this?" Because I guess he like really liked it as well. So
something wrong with Clay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. The Frostpunk, I've already watched a couple of videos on that. Really liked what I saw there. Fate of the Fellowship, started watching the Rodney video on that. Probably about halfway through on that. It's a long one. I think it's 45-50 minutes, I believe. So it's for him that's pretty significant. And then looking at Obsession, that's the one I haven't looked into yet, but one I'm still very, very interested in. So we'll see where we end up going with that. And then full circle, Brian, what you were talking about, you ended up doing today. Still got quite a bit of reading in front of me, so probably gonna dip my toes in that as well.
Yeah.
Josh, how about you? What's your big plans, man?
I just want to play some games. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. Changed, man. You never wanted to play games in the past.
I mean, just really any of them would be good at this point.
We're recording this on September 30th, and in the last podcast, you said you wanted to do your Guilds of Merchant Explorers September solo challenge. So I got to ask you, how'd that go?
Yeah, I didn't get it done.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have a guest on the show tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see him back there.
We've got Ron showing us his butt.
And Josh, we have 2. I was gonna say we have 2 guests because we have a guest behind you, which is this fabulous looking table that you have there.
Yes. Yes. The, oh my gosh, what's it called now?
That has replaced the awkwardly large, oversized circular table.
This is the table from Yarrow Studios. Gamefold is what it's called.
Okay.
So we've played 2 games on it, Brian?
We did our Plum Island horror plays
Legacy
on it.
Plum Island. Okay.
Yeah. We did Plum Island on it.
We've done some Kingdom Legacies on there.
That's right. So it's gotten some use already.
Our failed attempt at Uprising was on there.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah.
It held the game fine.
It did hold all the games.
That's a large game. It's going to be. We still don't know how we're going to do what cameras or how many cameras we're going to need to try to record.
Oh, geez. I actually, I might need to have you guys swing by the house here. I have all the pieces, I believe, now for a gaming table here as well.
Wait,
Ron is slipping down that chair. He's like up and down and sliding around. Is he gonna jump on the wall? What's the deal there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he sees something that's not there. Don't we all?
Is there a shadow or a bug or something?
I don't know what he's doing.
So let's slow down a minute. Tim, you said you bought a table?
Yes, yeah, I did, and it's nothing too crazy. It was more just I'll say like an entry level. Something I think I ended up finding it on Amazon. I looked at a couple other options and just didn't feel it was a good time or worth dropping $6,000 on a table. It just didn't. That wasn't. That wasn't sounding good. So went significantly cheaper than that. But yeah, something that has a decent top that I can put on the top, and we can use it for to protect the game pieces from the kitties is the big thing. Yeah,
hide your stuff from Kelly so she doesn't know what you're doing.
I mean,
his stuff's too big. He's not going to be able to hide that under the table. Are you kidding me? Where are you going to put it? Are you which table are you replacing?
Same place where right by the fireplace where we currently have that black table. So yeah, well, I have all the pieces. They're all really heavy. I need some muscles to move them around.
All right, so you need us to call some people, or what exactly?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Jade's there, yeah?
That
might be your best bet.
Yeah. You can be stronger than either of us.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cool.
well, it came in multiple boxes, and the top actually showed up today. So,
nice.
So yeah, should be fun.
Very cool. Anyone else expecting an expensive October? So they announced
what's dropping?
Expansion to Slay the Spire.
Okay, I'm
big
clean.
Big box solo thing for Uprising.
Clean.
Game wise, that's it. But Dungeon Crawler Carl books. Not clean there.
Yeah,
not
clean
there.
Not clean.
And then I may or may not have backed some puzzles today. And it'll charge my credit card in October.
So I had a pretty rough weekend this past weekend.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna lean on that and say, that was my rough weekend.
I feel like there's something else.
Rough weekend of the month.
I feel like there's something else hitting on October too, and I can't remember what it was. But the Slay the Spire expansion was a pleasant surprise. Because that was when we played it, Josh. That was one of the things we thought would be cool, is just more characters and stuff. And from my understanding, I have not played the video game enough to know this expansion, but apparently it's a mod. It's a fan-made mod in the video game, and they're turning that into the board game expansion as well. And I think it makes the villains playable characters. I guess the bosses, not villains, but bosses playable characters. And you fight, I think, against the heroes. So that's going to basically at least double the amount, I think, of playable characters, which is pretty cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to playing that. I mean, that's 2 years away, but not looking forward to paying for it, which is going to be this next month here. So, and yeah, the Uprising, and that's why we want to get that video out next week, because that's when the Kickstarter hits. It's a really fun game. It's pretty expensive to go all in. It's pretty expensive just to get what I'm going to be getting, which is just a storage box and the True Solo on that one. And that's going to be, I think, $200 just for that. Which
now what's the True Solo? What is that?
So currently, the solo mode is you can it's co-op, right? So the solo mode is play 2 to 4 factions, but they're going to make it so that you can just play one faction. I think it's going to be a new board. It's going to be smaller with different things on it and stuff like that. So, don't know. Looks interesting and pretty excited about it because that's a really fun one, and the production on that is really nice. Those acrylic standees I think are really cool. I like how they did that. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for another job. I think probably to pay for all that stuff. Maybe have to go down and do another purge to pay for some of that stuff. I'm going to be down to 3 games, and it's going to be those 3. So, all right. Anything else anybody wanted to talk about? Anybody want to do some puzzles or?
No, but I expect to see a puzzle up on our channel next week.
That's unfortunate for you. Aren't Kelly and Aaron? Aren't your wives both into puzzles?
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking to the wrong people. Then get them down here. Let's do this.
Yep, you nailed it.
Do you have any spooky puzzles?
I don't know. Probably. I have 20 more puzzles. Well, I will that I did just a week ago. But
I'm sorry, it went from 15 to 20.
Listen, all right. Just because a guy buys 30 new puzzles doesn't mean we have to give a crap. Okay, 40 new puzzles is not a lot of puzzles. I mean, and even 50
oh my
is good.
goodness,
I resisted pretty well. Oh man, pretty excited for the puzzles. Cool.
But no, other than that, I'm good. I'm good for this one.
Likewise.
Egads. Puzzle time.
Puzzle time, baby. All right. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
All right. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.